Hello everyone, Leon here, and today we're going to be making steaks and brown butter sauce. I've never made steak before, and I'm by no means a professional cook whatsoever. I really hope that they come out well. Regardless, me personally, I like to have my steaks well done. That's just me. You guys can have it however you want. I'm going to try to cook it to where it's well done. If it doesn't come out well done, that's still fine too. I'm still going to taste it and eat it. As long as it's not rare, like as long as it's not bloody raw, like not like super rare to where I have to throw an ultra ball at it. Like as long as it's not that rare, then we'll be fine. So I'll just read off all the ingredients that we're going to need. So we're going to need 2 steaks, which all this stuff is already pre-portioned and everything. It looks like 1 big steak, but it's not. It's actually 2 in there. So we're going to need 2 steaks. We're going to need 2 cloves of garlic, 3/4 pound of golden or red potatoes, and if you don't know how much that is or you don't have a scale, it's about 7 to 9 little red potatoes. We need 1 little bunch of rosemary. We need 3/4 pound of carrots. That's going to be about 5 carrots. Fromage blanc, if I'm pronouncing that right. It's 2 tablespoons of that, by the way. I'm sorry. We're also going to need 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're also going to need 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. So the first thing that we're going to do, so there's going to be 2 things. We need to peel the carrots. After we get done peeling those, we're going to have them lengthwise. And then cut them crosswise into 2-inch pieces. And then we're also going to medium dice the potatoes. Don't ask me what medium dice means, and it doesn't really matter too much just because it's going to be mashed potatoes anyways. I'm just going to, frankly, I'm probably just going to like quarter the potatoes because I don't know what a medium dice is, and I think it'll probably be easier to mash them that way. So we'll actually come back to that after we get those all peeled and cut and all that stuff. By the way, I forgot to mention, always make sure to wash your produce. And if you don't know what quartering means, the simplest way that I explained it to someone before is how many quarters are in $1. It's 4, right? So that's what I do, and that's what it means when you quarter something. You chop it in 4. Okay, we just finished peeling our carrots, so the next step after peeling them is we are going to cut them lengthwise. Definitely be careful doing this because they are slippery. And then after that, it says to cut it. Ooh, there we go. As you can see, I am not a chef. A chef would have been able to cut that, no problem. After that, it says to cut it crosswise into 2-inch pieces, and I'm absolutely terrible at that. I do not have an eye for like, yes, right here is 2 inches. I guess I can use a picture for reference. I'm going to assume it's about maybe that big, maybe. You can cut it however you want, but it says for 2 inches. So we're going to assume this is 2 inches. Okay, so this is what they should kind of look like. Like I said, I'm not good at measuring, but it should look around like these size pieces once you get done with peeling and cutting your carrots. Okay, our next steps, we can actually do that pretty fast. We are going to want to take the leaves off of the rosemary. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just get the leaves off. We can do that pretty fast. And then the other step, it says to smash our garlic. So it's not always going to look like this. It's going to come like on a bigger one. So you're going to want to peel that in advance. I already did that to save us the trouble. So we're just going to give it one good smash. Hopefully this doesn't fly out. Okay, that actually came out pretty good. Next one. All right. Okay, so that's it for the prep work. I'm sorry it took me a little bit longer. So the next step is we're going to be roasting the carrots. So I would have did this regardless if it asked me to, but you're going to want to line a sheet pan with foil, and then after that we're going to place our carrots on it. And we're also going to, which I already did in advance, I put extra virgin olive oil on the foil. If you don't have extra virgin olive oil, vegetable oil will be a okay substitute. I just prefer the taste, I guess. And it doesn't even specify. It just says with olive oil, so you don't even have to have the extra virgin. I wanted to. But yeah, so, okay. So next thing you're going to want to do, I usually clump them up at first. You're going to want to season them with salt and pepper. So we're just going to do that real fast. Also, you want your oven to be preheating at 450. I kind of forgot to mention that, and I'm sorry in advance, guys. Our oven is about halfway there. What I do for my seasoning is I like to have it in my hand and then I pinch it over, just so that way I can have a even layer. Another technique that I use is I'll just like tap it with my finger just to have a little bit come out at a time. Okay. A little bit over here. Okay, now that that's done, you're going to want to have them spread out, and we're going to wait for our oven to preheat. So the next step is we're going to be boiling water. Get a pot, about medium-sized pot like this, and boil the water. And once it starts boiling, you're going to want to add your potatoes and one smashed garlic clove to that. So it's going to take us a second for that. So also, if it's not enough water, go ahead, add more water carefully, but half the pot should be good. Okay, so while those things are trying to heat up, we're going to go on to part of the next step, and that's going to be fry the rosemary. So you're going to want to get a medium-sized pan, and then you're going to want a thin layer of oil, and we're going to put this on medium-high heat. This should be good. It says a thin layer. We're just gonna scoop that around. Can add a little bit more. A little heavy-handed. So yep, while our stuff is heating up, we're going to be doing this. We're actually going to be going back and forth a little bit because both the carrots and potatoes have about the same cooking time. Okay, right now we are cooking both our potatoes and our carrots because, like I said, they They have about the same cook time. They're both about 16 to 18 minutes. So I set a timer on my watch for about 17 minutes. So that's currently what we're doing. Also, as mentioned before, with the potatoes, you want to get your water boiling. And once it gets boiling, that's when you're going to want to add your potatoes and your 1 clove of smashed garlic. After that, that's when you're going to want it to cook for the 16 to 18 minutes. I put it for 17. After you put the ingredients in the pot, make sure to turn down your heat to about medium low. So that way, you don't have to worry about the water overflowing. So try to keep an eye on your potatoes. You don't want that to boil over while you're still waiting for it to cook. We're also heating up our medium-sized pan. We're heating that up with a thin layer of extra virgin olive oil. And we're waiting for it to get to the right temperature. Okay, so the pan has, it looks like it's heated up enough for our rosemary. Just so you can check it out yourself. I don't want to move the camera. Maybe you'll hear it, but it suggests throwing 1 leaf into it. And if you hear it sizzle, which hopefully we can get that sound, hopefully we can get that sizzle. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's sizzling. So once you get that oil to sizzle the rosemary, you just add the rest of your. There we go. It smells so good too. So once you get that going, oh, there it is. Once you get that going, just occasionally stir it for about a minute or 2. Okay, so after frying the rosemary, you'll know that it's done is because it'll have like it won't look leafy anymore. You want that brown look to it, but you don't want to burn it. So after that, ooh, that's actually a little hot. You're gonna want to get a glove for your pan. But once it's done cooking like so, you're going to want to scoop that out, leave the oil in there. You're going to want to scoop that out. You're going to want to put that in a paper towel lined plate. And it's important to keep the oil because we're going to be putting our steaks in this oil next. Also, as soon as you get done pulling your rosemary out, immediately season it with salt. These dishes, they have a lot of salt and pepper, so hopefully you guys like salt and pepper because these dishes have a lot of it. Okay, next we're going to pat down our steaks. Our veggies are almost done. They got about a minute. So we're going to pat these bad boys down. Then after we get done patting these down, we're going to add Blue Apron's favorite ingredient. We're going to add more salt and pepper to these. Just one more pat down real quick. The timer's going to be going off real soon for our veggies. You're going to want to do this on both sides. Both sides, season them, salt, pepper. Looks good enough to me. Our timer is going off for our veggies, so I'll do that after this. It's time to remove our veggies. Okay, so here's our carrots. Okay, on to our potatoes. So now that those are done boiling, give you a little look. So after that, we're going to take that and we're going to drain them, and then we're going to put this back into the pot. Okay, now we're going to get to the mashing after we strained our potatoes. Can use one of these boys, or if you don't have a potato masher, you can always use a fork. It should definitely be tender enough for us to mash our potatoes. But before we actually get to that, we're going to need to add a little bit of olive oil. It says a drizzle. I don't know how much a drizzle is. I'm just going to do a little quick one of these. I'm going to say that's what a drizzle looks like. And then we're going to use our fromage blanc, which it says it's a French style fresh cheese. So we're just gonna dump all of that in here, and then we're going to get to mashing. You also go ahead and add however much salt and pepper you would like, because it is going to be mashed potatoes, so just season to your taste. I'm trying not to put a lot in here. I do love me some salty potatoes, but a lot of the meal has salt and pepper in it, so I'm going to try to take it easy on that, but I still want it to taste good. Okay guys, I finished mashing the potatoes. I added a little bit of milk just because I like my mashed potatoes to be a little creamy. You don't have to do that. It's just something that I do. If you want to, that's up to you. We're almost done, guys. We just got to get to our final steps, and that's going to be making the steaks and also the sauce. Okay, so now we're getting close to the end. Now we got our steaks. We're going to put those in our pan. I added a little bit more olive oil. It calls for 2 extra teaspoons of olive oil, but I put 1 tablespoon just because our oil looks like it was starting to evaporate from me working on the other things. I don't think a little extra olive oil is going to hurt these. And then we're going to put these on. It's going to be quite a while. It says for medium rare that it's going to take about 8 to 10 minutes. So, like I said before, I like mine well done. So we're probably going to put them on like 12, 14 minutes. I'm going to be eyeballing it the whole time. But that's going to be our next step. We're going to be cooking these bad boys. And then after that, after we get done with the meat, we're going to make our sauce. So I'm going to regret taking my camera off of its stand, but I just wanted to show you guys that nice brown color we're getting. They're still cooking, so it's not fully done, but this is the process of them cooking, and I love that browning. It's still not brown on that one part because of the way that the meat is shaped. But I'm going to be cooking this for a little while so that it's completely well done. Like I said, that's how I like them. I'm sorry to disappoint anybody watching this that they like theirs rare or medium rare or whatever the case may be. But we're going to leave these for medium well. It's going to be about 4 minutes on each side on medium high heat. And then once both of the sides are a nice color, then we're going to turn it down. We're probably going to have it about medium low or low, and we're going to have it cook for another about 6 minutes on each side while the temperature is down. All right, guys, moment of truth. I'm scared because I really want it to be well done. Look at all that juice. Oh, I really want it to be well done, but if it's not, I'm still going to eat it. It looks pretty well cooked. We're gonna cut this, see how it is. Yeah, it's pretty much well done. There's a little bit of pink, but trust me, that little bit of pink ain't gonna hurt you. It's definitely not going to phase me to the point like, oh, it's ruined. Like, no, that little bit of pink is fine. It's not anything that'll get you sick or upset your stomach or anything. Some people like the pink. That little bit of pink, that's fine. So that's it for the meat. We still got to make the sauce. Okay, guys, we're almost done. Now onto the sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our butter. So we're just going to throw that in there. Also, make sure that you have your stovetop set to medium high. Medium is fine. And then we're also going to add in our remaining clove of garlic. And then after that, we're going to put this on the heat now. And I would recommend, since we have to constantly be stirring this, I would recommend some sort of wooden spoon. So that way you can constantly keep stirring it. You're going to need to be stirring it and scraping it for about 1 to 2 minutes or until the foam subsides and it has like a nutty toasted smell. So that's what we're going to do for a couple minutes over here. Okay, so next we're going to add our apple cider vinegar. So I would have the camera over here for you guys to see, but I did try to put it over there, and there's just no safe spot for me to put my camera stand over there without it falling over. But once our sauce is done and the foam has subsided, that's when we're going to add our vinegar, which we're doing right now. You're going to want to turn off your heat. You don't want it going at all. Then we're going to carefully put this in there. Oh yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, you're going to want to remove those cloves of garlic. Also, heads up, if you've never used apple cider vinegar, it really stinks. So be prepared for that when you put that in your sauce, but I can actually show you guys what it looks like. Just give me one moment to find my oven mitt because the pan is pretty hot. But this is what your sauce should look like when you get done. It's pretty good. Look at that. It may look like just grease to you, but it's not. It's all of our stuff that we add to it. It's supposed to look like this, and we're going to be putting this on our steak. This is going to be our steak sauce. So after we get done making the sauce, which we did, we're going to serve our steaks. We got to cut them up. You're going to want to cut them. You can cut them however, but I usually cut them in about 5 to 7 slices. And then after that, we're going to serve it with the rest of our things, our roasted carrots, mashed potatoes. And then we're going to top the steaks and our potatoes with this sauce. And we're going to garnish it with our fried rosemary. Since this is my first cooking video, I decided to go the extra mile and get the fanciest plate that I own. So we're doing fancy plates for our first video. And there you guys have it. There you go. That's our steaks and brown butter sauce. Need to have a taste test of this. It's so good. I mean, it's mashed potatoes, but just all the flavors there. I added a little bit more salt because, as I said before, I like my potatoes salty. But with these, because of our pan sauce, you get a little bit of a sour taste from it, but it's not a bad sour. It's one of those good sours, especially with something salty. So yeah, the potatoes are great. And carrots. I'm normally not a carrot eater, but I do love how they came out this way. They're not like overly powered like carrot tasting. It's still carrot tasting, but the salt and pepper and the way that it's browned from frying, it's great. I think I have to have my carrots this way all the time. And now we're going to try our steak with our steak sauce. I'm so happy it came out well done like I wanted. It's chewy like how I like it. I'm sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. It's just so good. I definitely would recommend this meal. It tastes like restaurant quality, not even gonna lie. It's pretty good. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for the friends and family members that encouraged me to make my cooking channel. Also, always feel free to check out my gaming channel as well. But thank you for all the encouragement from all of you, and even from, as people call, Facebook friends. Thank you everyone for all the support, for encouraging me to make this channel. Always feel free to like, subscribe, and share my videos, whether it's my cooking channel or even if it's my gaming channel. I also like to hear feedback, or even if you would like, or maybe, a comment like, okay, because of your video, I actually want to like try this, or just like any sort of feedback is good feedback. Thank you again, as mentioned before, thank you guys for watching. I love all of you. Thanks for all the encouragement. That'll be it for today. This is Leon, and I'm signing out.